Just wanted to say welcome to the show this week. This week we do have a special guest, my brother D. He's in the house. This episode we are going to be talking about We're going to have a post-election discussion. There's a couple things I wanted to, or one main thing I wanted to bring up. It was a question that I feel like a lot of people have asked, and I myself have felt. Um, and I posted a picture. I posted a question on my own personal Facebook to get some more insight from other people, and we're going to kind of talk about that stuff today. So today's topic, we are going to talk about our reactions to the election, about how we felt about it. Obviously, if you guys have been long time show listeners, you'll know that we're pretty much split down the middle. Half of us are one party, the other half is the other party. I brought my brother D in. What was that? Oh, whoa!
That was some fancy stuff.
Right. um, I don't know how that happened. Oh, I know how that happened. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to the show. So the topics that we brought up was for with Trump being the new president or president-elect at this time, we want to bring our predictions, expectations for his presidency, how we felt about the outcome, and where we see the state of politics going from here. Obviously, a lot of things have changed over the years of politics in America itself. The one thing I am going to ask, and we'll get into it in a little bit, but I kind of just throw this out there, is if you voted for Trump, right? What was so great about him that made you look the other way when it came to all the criminal activity and the rhetoric? That's the question I posed. I got a bunch of feedback on my socials personally. I talked to a bunch of people about it. I got the guys out here. They know the question. They've had it for a couple days, and we're going to share our thoughts and our on it. So that's going to be today's topic. It's going to be interesting. I want to say thank you for folks that are tuning in with us. Before we do get started, I want to say shout out to shadowpackwest.com. Go ahead and check our information out there. We have all of our info located on the website. Also, we do an After Dark episode where we may continue this and get a little bit more into nitty gritty, but that's available to all of our patrons. So you can head over to shadowpackwest.com, click on it, become a patron, and you could join you could start your patronage as little as $1 a month to get access to all of our other content. So I believe this is our third season together and almost one for one. So we're looking at a good 30 extra episodes over there of content. You guys could check it out there. And then before we get started, anybody got any early? First, I also want to say, D, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me, fellas. Appreciate being here. Thanks.
Okay.
What's his audio?
Yeah, it's your audio.
Oh, my audio suspect?
Yeah, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it too low? What's the deal?
Yeah, it's a little on the low side.
How about now?
It's just kind of spatial. Well, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
We just can't talk over you otherwise.
I'm talking through a busted drive-through.
Right. That's busted drive-through speaker.
Exactly.
That's cool.
You're good.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, folks.
It's all good, but we appreciate you being here. Anybody got any
Yes,
shout outs? Njord, you got anything for us before we get started?
Yeah,
Shout
I'm
outs.
on TV.
Only dads. Because guess what? We're in the Dad's Life podcast, and let's just kind of throw it with them. Only Dad's hat that you can find on TikTok. There's multiple different kinds. Find the kind that you like and go for it.
Okay. Mr. Krinlee, what you got for us? You got any shout outs for us before we get started?
No, I don't have any shout outs today.
Okay. All right.
Just family. I mean,
There you go.
There you go.
Shout out to family. Okay. Sensei, I already got mine went out there. Good old shadowpackwest.com. Check us out. Got the shirt on tonight. Sensei, what you got for us this evening?
First of all, did you turn us back up in the stream?
Yes, I did turn us back up in the stream.
First of all, giving a shout out to my Lord and Savior, who's the head of my life. To all you wonderful people out there, I'm glad to be here. With a part of the Shadow Pack West and a part of the Dad's Life podcast. Shout out to the Cal football team too, dominating this weekend.
Okay. Okay. And As always, every week before we get started, Mr. Krinlee, what we got to do first?
What's in our cup?
What's in our cup?
As you can see, I've got mine hidden again because I'm drinking the good old faithful. And if you can guess what that is, over the past 3 seasons, then you get it.
What is he getting, Yord? If they guess what's in Krinlee's cup?
If you are the lucky individual who has the ability to come through in this season and guess what Krinlee typically has in his cup, we are not only going to shout you out here in stream with the lustrous voice that we have here, but you will also get your name on the ticker tape that goes across the bottom of your screen. So please go back, watch the previous seasons, and tell us what is in Krinlee's cup.
And you also get
So
the
what you
horns.
other guys?
Okay.
Well,
You know what? We're gonna send it to D first. D, what you got in your cup, player?
I got 2. I'm double fisting.
Okay.
Couple of Arizona, the hard cider, tea, lemonade, whatever. If I drink plenty of these, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna have fun
Hopefully
tonight.
you don't got work tomorrow.
Oh no, sir. I moved up in the world, so I don't have to do weekend work anymore.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have other people doing that for me. Just put it like that.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. I'll go next. Actually, it's one of them days. It's gonna be one of them topics. I got this is Ace hard cider mango. I got to try to give it a little chika, but I'm pretty sure my pop filter is gonna mess that up. Hopefully you guys heard that. Cheers, fellas.
I did not.
Well, you probably couldn't hear it, but hopefully stream did.
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay. New York, what do you got in your cup, sir?
Old Faithful? Come on. Jameson Black Barrel and Pepsi.
Okay.
It's a big ass cup.
Yeah. That's like one of those Moscow Mule joints right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been hunting all day, so like,
Oh shit, what you hunting?
I got me an 8-point buck.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
You said
where you at?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Oh, okay. See, I was. Damn it.
Yeah, we're from all over the place. Sensei,
Yeah. 'Cause, like,
what you got in your cup, player?
I got my old faithful, some good old wine, baby. What I got?
oh man, that's not faithful. It's faithful if it's in a box. You gotta get your wine in a box. It's faithful.
Hey man, hey, just like you, I done moved up in the world, player. You know what I mean? My shit get delivered to me at my front door. You know what I mean?
There it is.
But
There it is.
we got a 2021 Mountain Red from Louis Martini right here in the backyard.
Okay.
Speaking of Old Faithful, I had some Casamigos earlier.
Oh, there we go.
You remember? I remember that, boy.
That's season one.
Casamigo night.
That's season one
It's-
stuff right there.
It has such a good aftertaste. Like,
Yeah, it goes down real smooth. Bring
Yeah.
that back one day.
Okay, guys, let's bring this in. Let's get us down to our bread and butter here. Okay, so the topic as it states, we are talking about post-election. We all know Donald Trump won. All right, but there's obviously a fallout on both sides, and one of the major things, and I'm going to bring up that question again, is with all his allegations, things that he's been charged for, the sexual assaults. And all the other shenanigans that he was a part of before and after his presidency. If you did vote for him, what was so great about him that you could overlook, those, questionable character traits or moral questionable areas or whatever. We definitely want to see, what was it? I could share what people have shared with me first, if you would like for me to do that before if you guys wanted to share, because this is not a.
I think that's kind of the comments, right? My opinion is what people have shared with you is kind of like people who in chat will get to them. At the end.
Okay. So who would like to go first? If I voted for Kamala Harris, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
So obviously, I'm in my feels, right? About being disappointed in America. And I put up a couple comments up there. They got a bunch of kickback. And I put up there. I said, we just showed the world how un-American we are. And my brother commented on that. Other people have commented on it in both directions, right? Um, because I felt I couldn't look past what he had done. The charges that he had, the criminal stuff, the stuff he did even before he was president. I was never a fan of him, and you guys know, and you listeners know that I was a never Trumper. Like you could have put a pumpkin there, and I'd have voted for the pumpkin, right? So you guys kind of know my stance on that. I couldn't look past it, but that was my stance on it, right?
So can I ask you a question?
Of course,
Okay. Being as you're in California,
right?
okay, how were you able to vote for Kamala Harris after you had lived through her as an attorney? So my question that I had, okay, is with you all living in California. Remember, I used to live in California too, right? How could you look past the state that Kamala Harris left California in as an attorney general?
And what exactly was that in your perception? Because I did not.
So she did mass let-outs of criminals, right? She wouldn't prosecute things that should have been prosecuted. It just. I remember working for the city of Westminster around that time, which we had a jail in that area, and then out of nowhere, just when it was like, oh, we're gonna be letting people out, right? It just became a terrible area.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. At the time when she was here, I did not follow what she did, but I will say that progressive policies in California has, over the last decade, has obviously made California worse than it should be, and right now they're trying to close that gate unsuccessfully. So that didn't necessarily play a role. I will say what I did hear or did follow up with Kamala is a lot of people did not like her, including some of the policemen's union. But honestly, at the time that she was here, or the district attorney, and I will tell you this, even I felt when I met her, I always felt that she was over her own station. Like, she always had a lot of ambition for what I felt that, because she kept trying to move up, regardless of, so when it came to that, to me, that didn't seem like a morality thing. That seemed like,
no, it was a track record thing.
But people didn't like her because she was doing her job as a district attorney, right? People didn't like her because she actually prosecuted more black men in the time that she was here than she did anybody. And that's a fact. Like, again, part of like doing her track record, but in the end, she was doing her job. I don't see that as a morality thing, right? I mean, people could make mistakes in their job, right? They, when it comes to like track record, me, I'm always for second chances. I can look past that, but for me, I'm talking about the morality of things. I'm talking about, being a convicted felon and sexual assault. That's where the line draws for me, is that. So I get your point, and she's not perfect at all. But I did like the slogans. I did like how I felt when she was speaking. I did like Tim Walz. I like that whole, feel of, okay, that's the dad. That's the, so I'm gonna let other people speak.
Obviously, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna do a back and forth right now.
Yes, right. So, So
there you go.
Yeah. So to answer that, it to me wasn't a morality thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm with Sean. I voted for Kamala. I am a Democrat. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even like really look at all of her stuff or whatever she was speaking about. Neither did I with Trump. I mean, I kind of had a feeling. I just felt like, me being a black man, that this world ain't ready for a black woman to be president or a woman, period. Because we seen what happened to Hillary.
No, you know what? Hillary would have got it. The fucked up thing with her is that Benghazi shit. He lost a lot of trust in the American people with how she handled Benghazi. Left that U.S. diplomat there to get pretty much dogged out, and she still didn't, take any responsibility for that. Also, the whole server shit. Like, she had her own private server. She smashed and destroyed those things to hide the evidence. Hillary just showed that she earned that name, Crooked Hillary, and she lost track and she lost trust, and that's why she didn't win. It had nothing to do with the fact that people was on Trump's dick at that point in time about him being an apprentice. It was they didn't trust baby girl because she fucked everything up. Benghazi, the servers.
He did. I ain't gonna lie. But
motherfuckers came up missing. I felt bad for Epstein, but then I really didn't.
Well, let JB finish his point. Let JB finish his point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm
So
sorry about that.
no, it's all good. It's all good. So at this point, we got our president elect. I'm not like so heartbroken to where I'm gonna bash him
You're
or
gonna live your life. You're gonna live your life. Ain't nothing gonna stop anything moving. You're gonna keep doing your thing.
Right. And I know one thing, this man is about that money. If you do see the stock markets and the crypto markets and every other market, it's time to get paid, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. It's time to get paid. But in the light of him winning, I do understand that the process. What I liked also was the process was a lot better. No one can call fraud or
They're trying.
It's too big. Too big to rig.
I mean,
They're trying.
Too big to rig. And dude, he won the
Well-
popular vote. And electoral college. If it would have been one or the other, they would have been like, okay, one's sabotage. Like, let's say if the electoral college would be like, yo, Trump won, but the popular vote would have said Hillary. Sorry, now I'm Kamala. I say Hillary, but the popular vote would have said Kamala. I guarantee you, they would have been like, yo, electoral college is rigged. Get rid of it. Burn it at the stake. That nigga's guilty. They would have been yelling that shit to get rid of Trump.
I just think the people were ready for a change. Another change again. And hey, this man's got 4 more years. He can never run again after this. Hey, it is what it is. I just hope we don't have another damn pandemic in his fucking.
But that pandemic situation, that wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. Just like the outcome of unfortunately.
Hey, I'm not saying it's nobody's fault. I'm just hoping that we ain't got to go through the same shit we went through when he was in office with that. That's my only hope. I'm hoping
it didn't matter if he was in office or if Biden was in
No,
office.
Right.
But it happened when he was in office. I mean, I'm not saying it matters. It happened while he was in office. So I'm just hoping. Yeah, I'm just hoping we don't go through that.
The game, the quarterback's at fault. I got you.
Yeah, I'm hoping that at the end of this, I'm hoping that we don't have the same type of racial injustice or racial split that we had when he was in office the last time either. It became about black and white.
You know why that was created? Why it was?
I mean, I'm just telling you. I'm just answering the question. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to say. I'm hoping that we don't have this.
Right.
These are my hopes. These are my things that when he was in office last time, we had a divide, and I don't want that divide. I want us to still be one nation. Under God, if I can say that on the stream and not get cut off.
No, you're good.
And I really just want the best for the American people, whoever it is. I want to get paid. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is and put it in the right spots. I want him to bring us American, I want some of the money to come back to America. The tariff thing, I really got to read up on that stuff. So, I know we had it last time when he was in here. I'm hoping that shit can work out, in the way that it will help us. Yeah.
It's going to work out because, like you pointed out, when he put in those tariffs in his first term, the moment he was out of office, the Biden administration kept all those tariffs that he instituted for Trump, got excommunicated since. And there wasn't a problem with his tariffs. But they went about going down the checklist, taking all the things that he did when it comes to border policies, when it comes to even policies that he was doing overseas.
Well, D, I don't want to cut you off. We wanted to kind of get to the so like we said basically how we because we're going to talk about expectations and what we want to see with this presidency. But I definitely we said why we voted for Kamala, and so I would so the question goes back to you guys is if you guys voted for Trump, what was so great about him that let you overlook what, in my opinion, the morality part of it. Of those other criminality things. Like what was so great that you, again, just like what you told me, if you didn't, and I don't want to talk about her because there's so many other reasons why she lost or what the Democratic Party has to do.
Okay. Let's focus on why I voted for Trump.
Well, hold on. Let me finish here. Right. Let me finish here. If it wasn't for her, what you guys had other choices too. You guys had Robert F. Kennedy, you had Jill Stein, you had Chris, whatever the libertarian, that was on there. But you had other choices other than him. So why did you guys vote? What was so great about Trump that you voted for him that you were able to, overlook the morality issues that he had coming with him? Who wants to go first? All right, go ahead, D.
First things first. I voted for Trump. I don't regret my decision. Now, as far as the morality aspect that you brought up with the 34 ounce of, plagiarism that he may have done in his business dealings.
Right.
The whole SA situation with the E.G. Carroll chick. I say that was all a witch hunt. Here's why. Let's use the E.G. Carroll situation. She's been for since 2019, she came out and was like, yo, Trump, he tried to grab me by the kidney. Right?
Right.
There's no proof to that. Trump's like, yo, I don't know this bitch. I have no idea who this bitch is. Tell me where did I try and grab you from? He couldn't even point out dates, details, some kind of, she tried to pull a Monica Lewinsky. Was like, yo, I had to dress in tailors. And I'm just waiting for the tailor to release it after 30 plus years. We had no factual evidence that SA even happened. Okay? So this is in 2019. In 2020, when this case resurfaced, the reason why this case resurfaced is because, who was it? I want to say it wasn't Alvin Bragg. It was somebody in New York just totally reversed the statute of limitations on this whole SA situation, so they could then bring it to light, make a big deal out of it. They got Judge Aragon or Aragorn or the Harry Potter looking muff. They got him on there. Pretty much.
I can't take you nowhere.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Guilty. He threw the book at Trump. Then they got the jury of his peers. And if you were to do the history and the research on these peers, they all 9 of them cats voted Democrat. They were all lean Democrats. Some of them even donate to Democratic parties and whatever reason they were pro-Democrat. They were just never Trump.
Okay.
So Trump was guilty before it actually even hit the trial.
Okay.
And then top it off, Aragon made it so, he was making all these crazy ass requests. Oh, Trump has to be here now. Oh, well, my son's trying to graduate from high school. I want to be there. I don't care. You have to be here. Well, I have a rally over here. I don't care. You have to be here. And it was the way he was doing it just totally made it look like a witch hunt.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, I looked into it, found out that they temporarily released the statute of limitations for a year just for that E.G. Carroll case to actually get used to dig in Trump's pockets, which it did. And come, I got it written down here, April of 25 next year, it's gonna go right back to the point when you can't pull stuff up after 27 years. Because
Okay.
the statute of limitations will be in effect. So they literally raised the statute of limitations for 1 year just so they can get Trump's ass.
So I
And
just
put him on a thing.
you just
What were you about to say, Sean?
no, I was just say just for clarification. So you think this particular SA case, it was like I'm not gonna say propaganda, but it was a witch hunt, and
Yes.
the way you felt and the things you looked into, that's where the conclusion you came. So that wasn't a morality issue. That was basically a smear campaign.
Yes.
Can
That
I
was
just
a smear.
point out here just for a second, right? Going back to some previous things that we've talked about before. D, you're in California, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. He's getting fed the same information that y'all are getting fed.
What you talking
As
about,
far as
Sean?
the media goes.
He's north.
Right.
He's way north, like by Oregon. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
on the
he's
California
definitely
border.
in the he's in the red part. So
That's why.
Okay.
That's why I was. That's why I was interested in what you were hunting.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
because I got
yeah.
a couple tags myself.
Okay, and then what about the criminal part of that? Like the convicted
34.
the convicted felon, the convicted felony thing. How do you brush that
That's
under?
that's another thing. Cause now I pulled it up. He was charged 34 counts on falsifying business records to the first degree.
Right.
So in other words, he pretty much it started with the Stormy Daniels situation. He cashed out Michael Cohen to make a lawyer's expense to pay Stormy Daniels to shut the fuck up.
Right. Now, D, I
So
hate to
how that
cut you
worked out.
off as far as story time, but we got to stay within a certain amount of time. So if you, again, if you
Okay.
could just cut to the
Long,
because we kind of
The
know
basic.
Yeah.
I came with the
I
notes.
saw.
I'm ready. Okay.
I'm like, we still got two more people to get through.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for eating up time. Okay, when it comes down to it, I feel all the stuff that he went through as far as courts were smear campaign. When
Okay.
it comes to them pulling statute of limitations with the SA situation with E.G. Carroll. When it comes to Judge Merchan, Juan Merchant or Merchant, I can't pronounce his name. He oversaw, whatever. He was in charge of the 34 counts of the falsifying documents case. And he was compromised from the start as a Democratic fucking pony. You know, his daughter worked for Democratic campaigns. She put money in for Democrat. It was. He should have recused himself from that case. I would have taken it more serious if Merchant didn't have anything to do with the Democratic Party. So all of that right there told me this was a smear campaign on Trump, and they were going after that guy so tough. Even Letitia James came out, was like, "Yo, he said his house was worth $18 billion, was only worth 200. He's falsifying documents. That nigga's guilty." When that's not the case, because in that Letitia James case, there was no victim. The bank that he worked with was like, "Yo, we got it. You know, we made a deal. We did our due diligence, making sure that the place was the way he appraised it for. He gave him a loan. He paid us back our loan with the interest. Nothing wrong." But according to Letitia James, that nigga's guilty. That's why I'm not taking any court case seriously. I'll pay attention to these court cases.
Okay.
I sit there, I watch, and I looked up all of these, and
Okay.
I can prove that they're all which situations. So yeah, I vote for Trump. I don't regret it.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next?
Me, I'll keep it short and sweet.
Krinlee.
Like, so, I mean, I always have to introduce with that because we already know. But anyway, you said charged and not committed. I mean, legalities. I mean, I look at the legalities of it. And, I mean, again, you said charged, so he's not been
he's
committed
convicted.
of these
He's
crimes.
he's
Oh,
convicted.
he is?
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
And-
did you vote for him?
Yes, he
or-
voted.
No, I voted for Trump, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But-
besides the
I-
charges,
Well, let him do his point. Let him get to his point, D.
I mean, I look at federal government different than I do local government. So, I mean, I'll be completely honest. I voted Trump for president, but I voted pretty much straight Democrat for my state because I aligned more with a lot of their views. But I felt like Trump was a better person to run this country than Kamala.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much why I voted for him.
And there you go. Okay, Njord, what you got?
It's your prerogative.
Can you? Yeah, we got me right here. Okay, so.
All right, he about to take the show. Let's go.
All right, so first things first, I must agree with D, right? Bunch of different reasons. First and foremost, the bank even came back and said, hey, we got no problems here, right? And that's who they were trying to base all of the issues for those counts of felonies on, right? So if there's no... If the people that you're trying to base it off of sits here and says, no, we have no issue, come on now, right?
what's the problem?
Here's my next point, okay? Technically speaking, let's sit here and say that the SA allegation as well as the 34 counts, right, are true. Guess what? Trump's just the only one who got caught. Okay? Go through every single politician that we've got out there right now and tell me that there aren't SA allegations and there aren't criminal activity going on in there as it is. But the problem is that over half of this country is so anti-orange, right? Orange man bad, never Trumpers,
Anti-orange.
that they want to dig where other individuals, they don't want to dig. They want to be an ostrich with their head in the sand. Okay?
Shout out to
So-
Joe Biden.
I'm again, Joe Biden sitting here, right? When he was vice president,
Well,
hold on. When he was vice president with Ukraine, hey, get rid of that prosecutor who's looking into my son,
Mhm.
or you're not getting this money. Okay?
Yep.
That's criminal.
That motherfucker got gone.
That is criminal. Okay? These are issues that I had, right? Again, that's Biden versus Harris, but at one time Biden was on the ticket again. Okay? Some of the things that I can overlook, okay? He ran on overtime being tax-free as well as tips. Tips and overtime, tax-free. Buddy, I work a crap ton of overtime.
Right. We talked about this that last episode. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay?
He might be my president if he could pull that off.
Right. But, okay, actually, hold on. Yeah, so, lastly, when Iran popped off the last time he was in office, okay, my brother was on the USS George Washington that got rerouted to Iran. All right? He was on that aircraft carrier. Trump was able to back up Iran from truly letting loose and squashed it. Okay?
You know how he did that?
Well,
Not the point right now.
right.
So Ukraine and Russia have already, since he's become elect, Russia's already sitting here saying, hey, let's talk peace. Okay? The Houthis have already shut up. And he's not even in office yet. All right? His foreign
Policies.
what's the word? Foreign policies speak volumes compared to the last 4 years that we have had. And that's just a fact. Okay? Comparatively. Right? Some may say that he alienated people, he made us solo. Yeah, okay, whatever. But I am 100% America first. I am absolutely for shut down all of our borders. I want no immigration. Not legal, not illegal, no immigration. Okay? And let's take care of our veterans that we have on the streets here before we start going to help other places. Okay? Let's deal with our hunger issues that we have here in the country. So, yeah, I am America first. There should be no kid going hungry. Right? That's where I sit, but I know that's never going to happen. Not even with Trump. But I will sit here and I'll tell you this. I almost didn't vote. At all. It came down to me driving home. And my polling place is literally, I've got to drive past my polling place to get home. I passed it. And I turned around and went. Okay? Because I can't.
Why is that?
Yeah.
His filter.
There's more to voting because somebody else told me I didn't even vote. There's more on the ballot than just the president.
Yeah, right. I'm glad I did because Little Rock was wanting extra funds because apparently they mismanaged funds and they were.
Yeah, your local is more important than anything that you vote for the White House. I mean,
so
of course we put the figure.
The reason why I almost didn't was because I sure as hell wasn't putting my name up for Kamala Harris. That was not happening.
Right.
Okay. And I was about 50-50 on if I actually wanted to vote for Trump. Okay. Yes. Do I like a lot of his policies? Absolutely. Okay. But that man's mouth gets him in fucking trouble. Okay.
I like that.
Do I like the fact that I didn't have to be PC anymore? Yeah, absolutely. But can we just get a Ron DeSantis who actually knows how to talk? Right? With the same kind of policies. That's where my thought process is. If you could like meld the two of them together, I'd be happy. Right?
Okay.
But but at the end of the day, after I passed it, like I said, I turned around, I went back and I did vote for Trump.
Okay.
We thank you for that.
Okay. Okay, so we got the why, right? We got that why. We got that out the way, right? The next thing is so the dilemma comes up. And this is, a feeling that I have and a feeling that I know a lot of people that they're like, man, not only am I angry, but I'm also wondering, right? Like, why can some people look past all this stuff, right? How can they look past the criminality? And then how can I associate with these people that would allow things like, abortion, things like, the women's rights, the way that worked out, supporting somebody that is accused for this. Now, you guys and many like you, right, have said, oh, it's a witch hunt, so it's a misnomer. It's not even a consideration because they feel, and you guys aren't the only ones I talked to about this, they feel that he was politically prosecuted, right?
Absolutely.
To keep him out, right? So a lot of folks have said, so that's why it was not a consideration for them, right? Another consideration was money, right? They were like, well, I had more money in my pockets when he was in office, right? And then that brings up the question for me, again, of morality. Well, me and, D, we talked about it, right? We talked about me seeing America as a shield and how if the Navy has to send out a battle cruiser to save a sinking ship, you don't make the sinking ship pay, and you don't say, if you can't pay for our services, we're not going to save you, right? We talked about that, right? So
you're talking about, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the NATO thing, right?
Yeah.
But so I'm like, well, how do I I'm going back to criminality and the whole, essay thing, right? That's why it was very specific to that and the rhetoric, because
Then don't bring up NATO.
No, okay, now we're talking about that's another thing. That's a vision of America.
Brought that up.
No, but that's a vision of America. And again, you weren't part of the discussion that we had.
Okay.
So going back into like, how do I sit here, and associate with people that would support somebody that, to me, that wasn't a witch hunt, right? You guys say it was a witch hunt. To me, it wasn't, right? So then,
question.
well, I got to finish my point because I want to make sure you guys can ask the correct questions, right?
Okay.
How can I associate with people that I feel, this is my feeling. I'm not saying that this is you guys in this room. That's why we started this. We love each other, right? We could get by this, right? But the feeling is, right? The feeling is how do I associate with people that would think that it would be okay to support somebody that has been, even been charged with sexual, with the word we've been using, essay. But I have a daughter. Like, what does that say to my daughter? that I'm willing to support somebody that got, charged with that or accused of that, right? We're talking about women's reproductive health, right? However you want to say that, to me, he knocked that down, right? How do I say to my daughter, and how do I see like these articles, right? That, so to me, it's very important to me, right? So how do I maintain a relationship with people that I feel don't align with my morality, right?
Can I start?
So,
Like,
go ahead. So that's where that is. How do we maintain this?
Well, so my wife and I both voted for different people. Like, my wife voted for Kamala. And I told my wife, I told her months ago, I was like, look, if Kamala wins, I hope she does the best that she can for this country. And if Trump wins, that I hope the same thing, But, and at the end of the day, I kind of left it at that, like, I may believe one party's going to do better than you do, but I mean, at the end of the day, we just hope the best for the country, no matter what.
Okay. When do you guys want to jump in?
Yeah, actually I do. You were talking about Trump being, hit with the essay charges, being hit with all these counts of not embezzlement, but the business
Fraud. Yeah, business fraud or whatever. Yeah.
Fraud, stuff like that. Trump's being hit with all of this wild shit. Biden did the same thing, so to speak, as far as being. I'm not going to say he was charged because they didn't bring him to court, but he had the same type of allegations, Trump, from the documents, mismanaging of documents, to the essay situation with Tara Reid, to the crap that happened when he called the folks over in Ukraine, like, yo, get rid of that prosecutor or you guys ain't getting no money. Hell, in actuality, that's worse than what Trump could have been charged for. But no one's talking about that.
But the question is how do we coexist with the other party of
Right.
voters?
You know what? Here's the thing. Instead of thinking of this other party, think of this people. There's motherfuckers I see in the street that I talk to every day. Like, yo, what's up? I don't care who they vote for. That's not on the top of my mind. We work together. We live together. We in a community with each other. That's what matters. I know I'm not the only Trump supporter in this whole Delaware County. I know there's tons of Kamala supporters in Delaware County. I'm not going to drive past and spit on somebody because they voted for Kamala. I ain't going to drive past and tear their fucking signs up out the ground and, yell and curse them to high heavens like I'm putting a Harry Potter curse. I'm not doing that. They're people first. I respect people. I expect people to respect me. Simple. I don't care who they voted for. It's like I don't care who they sleep with. I don't care if they're part of a elemental P community. People are people, dude.
Now,
I don't think this question matters.
Well, okay. See, so that's where I wanted to kind of stop you before you made that comment, because it matters to me, right? If you value the relationship, you wouldn't discount, or you shouldn't discount how something makes somebody else feel.
You're right.
And like I said, that's what we're here discussing, right? You say it doesn't matter, and you're saying that, but I'm telling you it matters to me, right? I get what you're saying though, but okay, Njord, what you got?
Who cares? I'm sorry. Okay? Let's go back 30 years. You were allowed to have your feelings hurt. And guess what? We picked ourselves up. We conducted ourselves like men.
There you go.
Okay?
Right.
And we moved on.
Yeah, hold that. Right? You said that just right there. 30 years ago, we're different men now. We were told to suck the shit up, and that's why we have mental health today. Right?
No, but we can have conversations.
But no, you did not continue with that. You said be a fucking man.
No, you stopped me.
No, you said
stopped me.
You said
No,
be
sir.
a man, suck it up. Who gives a fuck? That's what you
And let's
said.
move on.
And-
let's
and-
move on.
But I
okay?
told- but I-
part of moving on
Right.
is having a conversation.
And
Okay?
that's what we're having.
Back in the day,
But
back
that's
in
what-
the day,
we're
we
having
were
a
able to
conversation.
agree to disagree.
But we're having
Okay.
a conversation, and I'm expressing how I feel about the conversation, and you're disregarding it. You're discounting.
No, I am not discounting it whatsoever.
See,
what
but
I'm saying
that's
is
not
what
what you
you're
just
feeling.
expressed.
No, hold on.
Go
what
ahead.
you're feeling is what you are feeling.
Right.
Okay? That's your feeling. That's not my feeling.
Right.
That's not Dee's feeling. That's not Sensei John's feeling. That's not Krinlee's feeling.
Right.
That's Sean's feeling.
Correct.
Okay? So
And
Sean's
it's-
feeling should not have to affect the other 4 people in this room.
But if you value the relationship, shouldn't it?
So if I value the relationship, I'm going to ask you how I can help you.
Right.
Okay? I'm not going to change for you.
I'm not asking you to. But
Okay,
what I'm saying,
but-
I'm asking
but-
you
You know
to.
what?
I'm
A
asking
lot-
you
a
to
lot of
listen
Democrats-
and acknowledge. Right.
Which
But Sean,
Go ahead.
a lot of people are asking, I'm saying that loosely, asking people to acknowledge and change their reality to match the way they're feeling. I
That's
don't
not
appreciate
that.
that.
That's not what this is
Come on,
about.
man.
no, so we're talking D, we're talking about in this room. We don't
Right.
care about out there.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
In
Okay,
this
well,
room.
I just thought that was a literal question. Okay.
Okay. So in this room, okay,
Right.
I'm not going to change.
And that wasn't the
Right.
expectation.
Right. Have I listened to you? Sean,
Yes.
seriously, have
Yes,
I
you
listened
have.
to you?
Yes.
Have I acknowledged the way you feel?
Not yet. Because you just told me who cares.
No,
Right.
it's, you asked me a question, and I said 30 years ago it
Right.
was who cares?
Right.
Okay?
And then
I
what?
still my
Right.
personal feeling,
Right.
okay, is let's talk about it. Let's understand how we are as individuals,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And before you found out who I voted for, let's just go back to that. Okay? Because that's me. That's me. I don't affect you.
Right.
You
so-
individually don't affect me.
but the perception of morality, right, is I'm very strong with that. Right.
Okay, so again, you want to sit here and talk about the SA, right? And having a daughter. Okay? I've got a daughter as well.
You do.
And that's
yes.
that is very easy to explain, okay?
Please
because again,
share. Right.
I don't think it was real. Okay?
Right.
I think it was a woman who just all of a sudden was like, "Hey, at one point in time I did have relations with this guy and now I'm wanting money." Okay? Do you
Yep.
realize there are, I'm not going to say lots, but there are cases on file, okay, where the woman who was casting that accusation lied.
Yes.
And
Okay.
there's also
I did say there's not. I'm not saying there's lots.
Right. And
Okay.
there's
Because I don't
also-
want to discredit. Hold on. I don't want to discredit the women who are telling the truth at all. Please. Okay. But again, it is pretty simple to sit here and say, hey, guess what? Not every woman who claims SA is telling the truth. Okay. And
Right.
guess what? I believe that woman should be incarcerated.
Yes.
Okay. That's my belief.
right.
All right.
Yeah,
If she's
lying,
lying,
Well,
proven to be
that's-
lying.
if it's proven to be false, yes.
That seems like a whole different topic, though.
Yeah.
But
To
again,
be honest.
It is.
but
is
it's
a whole
explaining
different
no,
topic.
it's explaining to my daughter how I can sit here and justify because I think that Stormy Daniels was lying. 100%.
Well,
And that's your
Okay.
perception of it, right?
But then
But
you
know
have
what?
a
When it comes
perception of
down
the other
to
way.
it-
Right.
But when it comes down to it about Stormy Daniels, she got paid off to shut the fuck up. The fact that she opened her mouth, she should be open up to some form of
Regardless.
Right.
That-
Well-
that's
Okay.
Well, we do
Okay,
have a
so-
double standard in women and men, so that's life.
course.
You know,
So
we scream wolf. You know, you get thrown in jail. They do it; it's a little different. So just understand that we live in a world that has a double standard, and it goes both
And
ways.
that's-
okay. So
I was gonna
this
say
is-
that's why I wasn't
let me-
trying to bring that into this at all.
Let,
But yeah,
Let me reel this back in real quick. Let me reel this back in. Okay. So this is a dilemma that a lot of people have, right? How do we look past the people that we know, right? Stand by somebody that support somebody with morality issues, right? So I had a discussion with one of my coworkers about it today. I just flipped it, and I'm going to make this real quick. I said, well, okay, because he had the same thing you guys had, same thing. And I said, okay, let's just imagine a guy in the store, right? And you patronize his store every day. And then you find out one day he has been charged with SA. Do you still patronize his store? And he goes, no, absolutely not. And I said, okay.
Charged or convicted?
Convicted. We'll say he has a conviction. He has a conviction. Now let me finish the story.
Convicted. Okay.
Yeah, like he has a. So let me. So he said absolutely not. So okay, then how would you feel about other people that knew the same information you knew and they still patronize this store? And then he said. Then he kind of took himself aback and was like, well. And then he kind of start bringing this dilemma up again. How do we perceive the people that we trust and our friends and all this stuff? How do we deal with that? And a lot of my friends say the same thing. How can I still associate myself with this person and this person and this person, knowing that they support somebody that is as has so many allegations? Because I didn't like Trump prior to him becoming president, prior to all this, right? Because of the way he did labor relations, the way he bankrupted and scammed people. I'm not okay with that. This
That's
is
fair.
this is before he was president, before all of these other things that came up. That's why I was never a Trumper, not because of that. All this stuff is add layers to it. So I discussed it with a lot of people. A lot of people said money. A lot of people said, oh, the dollar, same thing. Sensei was like, hey, yeah, it's the dollar, right? People remember,
It's the money.
yeah, how much money they spent. Like even me, I got hit in the pocket, right? It used to be $600 or $300, $400 a week would get us groceries for the week. That's not happening no more, right? So a lot of people were like, money. Okay,
That drives a lot of people.
right.
But I just want to say that, like, above that, like, I felt safer as a country under Trump than I did Biden. Like, I didn't feel like we were in any kind of danger,
Right, and
like physically.
Did any danger really happen while we were,
and in that case,
under Biden?
I mean,
You're getting down to what it feels like
Potentially.
at that point.
The shit
Right.
that's happening in the cities, I'm not going to put that on the president. I'm not going to put, shit just
Correct.
going on in Oakland, for example. I'm not going to put that on. I want to. But I'm
That's our local government. We got to deal with them.
That's a local thing. But here's the thing: the local government is a part of the same party that Biden kick it. Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna blame it on all the motherfuckers. If they ain't the same fucking blue crew, yeah. That's why fucking the goddamn blue cities are fucking shit for brains right now. I took a trip to Portland earlier this year.
Why?
Just to sell some video games, do my thing.
I think Portland's like one of the closer cities to him.
It was a.
But like
just like why Portland?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, ooh, why? What? No, but like, so I took a trip to Portland, right? And I decided to walk around as a tourist. Because first time I've been in Portland, I want to actually experience that. I'm walking, looking for a Chinese food place because I wanted some goddamn General Tso chicken.
Hey, black people in their Chinese food, man. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing.
Chin's barbecue chicken spot on 73rd is the business. But no, all jokes aside, I'm walking around looking for this Chinese food spot. I'm following Google, my phone. Every Chinese food spot's closed. It's like 4:15 in the afternoon. Like, this place closed. It says it's open, but it's closed. And I'm walking. This is a main street in Portland. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna look for something else. Closed. I'm like, God damn, everything's closed. Oh, they probably open up after 6 because top party time, right?
Right.
You get all the folks coming out drunk. So I go to the supermarket because I want to actually get something to eat. I'm fucking starving at this point. I go to the supermarket. The supermarket's fucking closed. Like, why is the supermarket closed? So I look through the windows. Ain't shit on the fucking counters. Ain't shit on the shelves. And then I thought about it. Oh, fuck, that's right. They've been looting and doing all stupid shit. Shouts out to St. Florida. All that stupid shit happens in blue cities. I go to Oakland, California, visit my family, try, kicking with my brother over here. It's wild shit happening over there. We don't have time to talk about it.
Right.
But it's blue cities. I fucking got friends who live in LA, Los Angeles, home of the stars, Hollywood. Yeah. Fucking shit in the hole. Blue cities.
Well,
I'm up here in little bumfuck Egypt.
let me.
Delaware County.
Yeah.
We got to wrap this up. We got to wrap
Ain't
up
nothing
the
there.
regular show. Okay. So here's the thing, right? So what I wanted to address was this, and we said our side, you guys said your side, and what I want the listeners to get from this particular episode, right, is that you need to understand that we live in a country of diversity, right? And this is coming from my fields, all right, guys. So, and I've had to really, really think about this, right? Because, yes, morality for me, the way I view America, what I am first generation immigration. Like, I don't have generations here. My dad came from the Philippines, in the 40s, So, yeah. So, shout out the pops right here in the background, got him in my background.
Yes, sir.
And so, to me, my story is a little different, than most. So when I look at America, like right now, and you guys know this, I have an American flag sitting out right there because what America means to me, what America means to my kids. And I have to come to this realization that we are a country, like it or not, word I use or not, of immigrants, right? Mm-hmm. We are a country of immigrants, and we have a bunch of different views, and we have a bunch of different realities, right? And yes, you said respect. And when I was talking, I talked to a lot of people about it, and they were like, you got to sit here and you have to gauge how important the relationship is to you, right? Mm-hmm. You have to listen. You have to have a discussion like this one. That's hard. That asks, why did you vote for them? Why was the morality an issue for me? Now, you guys could ask me the same question. Why did I not? Right? And we're sharing that, right? And then I got to look at the relationship, and I got to say, is it worth, that? Is it worth potentially compromising my view on morality, right? And I could sit here and I could say, well, yes, it does. Like, my sense of morality, I feel, cannot be bought. I would pay more money to help somebody out than let me put more money in my pocketbook, right? That's my view, right? And that's what Democrats are about. But as I get older, and D, you motherfucker Republican in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I tell you how your Republican come out every time. But as I get older, I do get more conservative. And I do wish that that we could come more to this middle area. So all in all to say is that, folks, if you guys are listening and you guys are out there and you guys are facing the same dilemma that I came up with, right? That I am stressing and I am like, why? And I am unsure of what the future of America holds, right? Get with your people, right? Have the hard discussion with them and ask
Get
why.
awkward early.
Yeah, ask why. Because I want the same thing what you guys are saying. I want the best for America. If Trump could, pull off the taxes, no taxes on that, he might be my man.
So question.
Well, I got to finish.
We're
the thought
finishing up.
Yeah, we got to finish the thought up. So what I want for the listeners, I want you guys to, reach out. Don't feel unsafe, right? Because there's 74 million people in this country that feel safe under his watchful, his watchful eye, right? That's not a good reference right now.
His leadership.
Right. And there's 70 million other people that didn't want that. So that's damn near split down the half. We looked at the Electoral College. She has 300 run electoral votes. She has 226. Nothing is going to change that, guys. And I'm talking to my fellow Democrats. I'm talking to my fellow people that feel that way. And I think Sensei said it best. We got to ride with it. It's 4 more years. And we talk about safety and security. I mean, there's, we're a country. We've had more presidents than Biden and Trump. Right. So safety and security, that's going to go up and down depending on what's going on. And so what I want, again, and I keep rehashing, is have those hard discussions. I love you guys. I've known Njord for about 3-4 years now. I've known Sensei for damn
Oh,
near
more than that.
19, right? And of
Yeah.
course, my brother right here, you know what I'm saying? I've known him since, high school. We cut school together. Don't tell Miss, what's her name? Miss Abernathy,
Which one, Miss?
the math teacher.
Miss Brooks.
Miss Brooks. Yeah, don't tell Miss Brooks. We
Yeah,
used to
she
cut
didn't
class
like me,
together.
boy.
Right. So,
She didn't
again,
like me.
I want to end the episode on a positive note of, have those discussions. If you truly love somebody, you truly, and that's what the consensus, after everything's said and done, all the different people I talked to, it was about have those discussions and hope for the best. And I want to leave that with you guys out here as far as listeners, as far as you guys, I listen to you. I hope that you listen to me,
I hear you.
but at the same time, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Who gives a fuck? We're men, okay? Die at work. You know what I'm saying? Right. But
Well, not just that, but yeah.
but
It's
yeah.
simplified, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what I got. So listeners, again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Before we do end, I do got a couple more minutes. Does anybody want to make any other last public episode announcements before we go into our After Dark episode? About the topic.
No.
Shout out to me. I went hunting today, and I
Oh
killed a
yeah.
deer.
Shout out to you and your buck, right?
Yeah.
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 dude.
It was a cool. I like the picture, man. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I'm actually gonna go do some bear hunting at the end of the month myself.
Bear hunting.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
They live in
Better
a
get
whole
him in the
different.
face.
Hey, them two live in a whole different climate. You know? than me and you. Okay.
Hey. That's
Okay.
what I'm waiting for, dude. I got that tag too. Woo.
All right, so I just want to say thank you everybody for watching. If you did, I do apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. Questions, comments, or emotional outbursts, don't be afraid to hit us up. We have all of our contact information in the description below. You can find us on shadowpackwest.com. You can hit us and get all of our information over there. We're under the team page. Again, if you want access to our After Dark episode directly recorded right after this episode, shadowpackwest.com. Hit the Patreon, become a patron button. You can start your patronage as little as $1 a month, and you get access to this After Dark show and every After Dark show. It's close to 30 episodes at this point. There. Again, thank you for watching this or listening or tuning in to this episode of the Dad's Life Podcast. We hope that you listen to next week's episode of the Dad's Life Podcast, where you can get your dad life, dad advice. Peace out.